Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for educations and technology only. So today, I like to share with you on qigong. I like to iron out the entire thing on qigong in this one video. So after this video, you know exactly what is qigong. So why is it important to bring out this qigong stuff? Well, because we like it or not, qigong is a part of Chinese culture. And the Wing Chun 1850 inherit that part of culture. And if we want to talk about internal art, internal martial art, we better know exactly what is qigong. Otherwise, we really don't know what it is. Okay? And today, if we talk about qigong, then everybody have their own term definition and so forth. What happened is this: 100 years ago, about 100 years ago, there already traditional Chinese martial artists, okay, such as Dr. Ma Li Tang, who is the expert in six healing sounds and the internal art like Xing Yi and Tai Chi, and many other grandmaster like Zhou Quanchuan. They all already using the Western science, medical science, try to connect the traditional Chinese qigong and the Western medical science. Now, like we know, Dr. Zhou Quanchuan was put into jail at the Cultural Revolutions. And Dr. Ma Li Tang also is put outside the city, and so all these people suffer from the Cultural Revolution. Now, after the Cultural Revolution, guess what? Because China at that time permit to talk about qigong, to promote qigong, then you get everybody who is doing religion and cult using the qigong name to promote their cult. And you know what happened with that. It has become a big mess. Okay? So today, if you talk about qigong, you ask, what is qigong? Qigong can range from whatever mysterious to whatever spiritual. But what is qigong? How do we know what do we really practice a proper qigong or not? And then you can see many people want to practice qigong for healing, and end up that joining some kind of cult. And some even say, well, you don't have to use Western medicine anymore. And then end up people, some of them lost their life because of that. A usual one is, oh, you got cancer, you don't have to go to the Western doctor. You just practice qigong, you will heal. Okay? Or you want to have wisdom, you practice qigong. And then qigong is what? Qigong is Tao, qigong is Zen, qigong is whatever. Qigong is mind power, qigong is visualization. And then qigong have meditation and all kinds of stuff. But what is qigong? Well, according to this real expert, because they are expert, they connect it with science, it is not what we see today. Today everybody has qigong. So it becomes like that. When fake replace real, real is fake. When fake replace real, real is fake. And then the entire world, no one knows, is it real or fake? Because nobody has any idea what the heck is going on. Okay? So today we want to straighten this out. Otherwise, this is a mess and this is going to screw people in general, and it's going to screw Wing Chuners in big time in general. Okay? One of the reasons I wrote this Wing Chun Inception is to clear this thing up. Otherwise, it's he says, she says. Who knows who say what? Okay? So it is very important, very clear that we need to have this thing to be have a standard reference under science. And of course, I did not invent this thing. I am just continue on with all those grandmasters' work 90 years ago. Okay? Now, before we get into it, before I define for you what is qigong is, how to measure it, if you really have developed qigong or not, have you really practiced it or not, have you really mastered it or not, instead of going to religions, Buddhism, Taoism, whatever, okay? We need to be watch out for when we study something. Because I found that there are many Wing Chunner friends, when they message me, ask me questions, they go off topic. And many times they have no idea what I'm talking about, and then they just go sideways. And then they're going to start argue with me and say, oh, you know, if your channel is a university, everybody can express their view because it's university. I said, well, can you go to a psychology 101 class, express your religion studies view? Can you do that? Well, you can. You get kicked out from class right away, okay? The professor is not going to allow you to do that. Why? It's off topic. When people talk about states, psychology, physiology, it's not talking about who get enlightenment or so and so according to legend and so in the religious studies class. Completely different stuff, okay? So, in Wing Chun, our first set is Xu Lin Tao, the essence of detailed training. That means we need to think clearly. The practice is we need to synchronize our mind with our motion, and tracking our motion with our eyes is a very accurate, precise loop. So if we're going to try to argue religious stuff in a psychology class, well, you know what happened. First, one have no idea what one is talking about. Second, one have no idea what is the psychology 101 class is about. It is a mess. So for past 100 years, why it is all this mess going on? As what I mentioned just now, after the cultural evolutions and people just bring in all the code under the name of qigong, and then everybody have a qigong. But the real thing, the real science of qigong is put aside. So it get into when fake replace real, real is fake. No one knows what is going on. So everybody can be grandmaster. And everybody screwed. Okay? So if one want to really study something, like in the university, actually one don't even have to go to university. It doesn't matter if one go to university or not. But there is attitude. That is the effective habit one need to learn. And that is what? Seek first to understand, then to be understood. You go to a psychology class, you sit down there, you listen to the professor, what he is talking about, what he is presenting. You seek first to understood what is the content of the class. And after you understood that, then you can reason with the professor or ask questions or even debate. Okay? So that the professor understand you. However, without seek first to be understood, to understanding, one can sit in the Psychology 101 class and making noise based on the religions study class view. That's completely off topic, and one is guaranteed never learn anything. Because one not even clear on what is one thinking about. So how is it supposed to be 修炼套? Essence of detailed training. One don't even have a clear mind to think. So it doesn't matter who's one get a PhD or one just graduate elementary school. You look at those successful people. Didn't they all do that? Understood first, seek first to understand what is going on, and then to be understood. That's how the effective good habit of studying things or dealing with the world. Okay. Now, if one stuck into those try to argue religious study stuff in the Psychology 101, when everything is get scientific, that is self-centered. Why is it self-centered? Because one thing one know, but one don't know. Well, I can sit in the Psychology 101 class, argue with the professor in the Psychology 101 as much as I like based on the Religious Study 101 class. Well, I think I know it so much, even better than the professor, but it turns out that one have no idea what it is. In fact, one don't even know how to think. How is this kind of thinking be able to get one anyway? No successful people around the world in the history and today's Silicon Valley have using those kinds of topic thinking. So to learn Kung Fu, since we here today not villagers or not living in the cave, we need to learn this. This is the proper way. Seek first to understand. Or in the Zen way, what does that mean? Empty one's cup. So it's as this simple, when we talk about empty one's cup, that is actually seek first to understand, then to be understood. If something is have some doubt or misunderstanding, so one go to the teacher as in Zen, one clean one's cup, that is seek first to understand. And then if one do not clear or do not understand, or one have one's view then on the subject, then one can discuss with the teacher. That's Zen, right? Zen is not something which is far, far in the galaxy. Okay? So let's go knowing this, and then we go proceed into the qigong. So what is qigong? What is qigong? Qigong is that you have some Chinese qi, and nobody know how to express what is qi, because qi is belong to Chinese only. Chinese is like some kind of ET from the Mars or from the Venus. So the Chinese qi, the Westerner will not be able to understand. Is that qigong? The qigong is from Buddhists, from Tai Chi, from I Ching, from Taoist. The Westerner will not be able to understand. You buy that? I don't. So does all this grandmaster for past 90 years. So this is that serious. So what is qigong? Okay, let's define it. In my book Wing Chun Inception, there's the H model. Okay? In the H model, there is a different heart rate zone. You might be this way. Heart rate zone 4 and 5, there's anaerobic in general. 2 and 3, there's aerobic. Zone 1 and under to the resting heart rate, there is the qigong range. So anybody who practices qigong will be activated in this range. This is the aerobic, this is anaerobic. Of course, there's some kind of boundary condition, gray area, but it is, as a rule of thumb, it is that. So anybody who said that they practice qigong, if they use the heart rate to track their practice, this will be the case. Anybody who said they practice qigong and their heart rate go flying all around, that's not qigong. So let's define more clearly what is qigong. Why is it in the zone 1 and the resting? Why? We need to have a reason, a scientific reason, right? So let me share with you the definitions of qigong, why it is practiced that way. Qigong, when practiced qigong, is one, enter into the relaxed body, the quiet mind, and the breathing get into the natural deep lower abs physiological states. Okay? So in other words is, when one practices qigong, as soon as it is qigong, it is using the vehicle of loose up, relax the body, quiet down the mind, and the breathing get into the natural, deep natural lower abs breathing. That is a must. That is a vehicle to get into the qigong, the door of the qigong practice. Now, so it is over here. You using the vehicle of the relax the body, quiet the mind, and deep or natural deep lower abs physiological state. You get into the gateway of practicing qigong. At this state, the breathing rate stay the same or slow down with natural deep lower abs breathing. So the breathing rate is not going to go high, it's going to stay the same and or slow down. At that time, it is using the natural deep lower abs breathing. Because of that, the oxygen intake is increases without loading the lungs. Okay? The breathing rate stay the same or going down. It get into the natural deep lower abs breathing. So the oxygen intake is increasing, but it doesn't loading the lung because the respiration rate or breathing rate doesn't go up. That's why it stay here. Okay? The heart rate stay the same or slow down. Stay the same heart rate or slow down. Thus promote blood circulation by relax the body without loading the heart. So, in qigong, it stay here or going down, it increase the oxygen intake, it promote blood circulation, however, it doesn't load the lung and heart. Okay? So, when relaxed deeply with natural deep lower abs breathing, we stretch the tissue of our lung and our abdomens, allowing large breath, which is actually increasing oxygen intake without loading the lung. Okay, so that's qigong. So the heart and lung condition, now we know. The heart rate stay the same or going down. The breathing respiration rate stay the same or going down. In the same time, at that instance, it actually increased the oxygen intake and it increased blood circulations via relax. Okay. So this, when you enter in that state, you become what? It is a parasympathetic dominance state. Parasympathetic nervous system dominant state. Okay? So your ANS, autonomic nervous system, have parasympathetic and sympathetic. When you get into that state, it is a parasympathetic dominance states. So at that time, it is very effective and efficient heart and lung operations. And because it is parasympathetic dominance, we can check that out with what? Heart rate variability. Because it is effective and efficient heart and lung operations, we can check it with or track it with heart rate, respiration rate or breathing rate, and SpO2. Such as this. So on the top is SpO2. This one is the heart rate. This is the respiration rate. So this is usual people breathing at 12 or more. This is down to 8. And the heart rate going towards the resting heart rate. Say if the normal people is 60, you go 65 already. It's not 75 or 80. Okay. So that is the state of qigong. Now, why is this critical to know? Because if one have, say, heart problem or kidney problem or any kind of inflammations in the body where the internal organs is not function properly, when one practice qigong this way, it increase blood circulations, it increase oxygen intakes without loading the lung and the heart. That's why it can promote healing or strengthen the body. Okay? So that is qigong. Qigong has to satisfy that. Disregard of what qigong practice, it has to satisfy this lung and heart condition. Now, we get the aerobic. You know, you can read about aerobic. So aerobic, usually, as we know, it breathes faster and deeper compared to at rest. Okay? And it maximum the amount of oxygen in blood. Heart rates go up compared to at rest, increase blood flow, loading the heart and lung. So over here, your heart rate go up, your breathing get faster, your heart rate get faster, you promote blood circulation, you promote maximize the amount of oxygen in the blood. However, you are loading your lung and heart. So the difference between the aerobic and qigong is one doesn't loading the heart and lung. The other one, the aerobic, load the heart and lung. Now, if you get to anaerobic, then anaerobic is body require immediate energy. Body relies on stored energy source other than oxygen to fuel itself, including breaking down glucose. Heart rates go up compared with aerobic. Heavy loading of heart and lung. So this is no loading heart and lung. This is some loading heart and lung. This is heavy loading heart and lung. So this, you can have a sick people, older people. You can have improve the oxygens and the blood circulation without loading heart and lung. And then this is in the parasympathetic nervous system dominance. This is, you increase the heart and lung rates, or the respirations and the heartbeat, and you have some loading here, and it improve the blood circulations and the oxygen in blood. And this one is the body rely on storage energy rather than oxygen. So this one, when you get to anaerobic, you need to be really fit, because it's heavily loading your internal organs. This one is good for common people, for healthy people and the common people or weaker people, because it improves by the health by actually by maximizing the amount of oxygen in blood and increase blood flow. Okay, so there are three different things. So if we talk about we practice qigong, xing qi, all kind of stuff, all kind of goodies. Well, one has to satisfy this. Xing qi means one, be able to, under the heart rate is stay at this level, and be able to increase the breathing or oxygen intake. That's xing qi. So if people say I can xing qi, well, you put a gadget like this, and then you measure the heart rate like I showed you just now. You measure this. That will tell you whether that guy can xing qi or not. In fact, this is simple stuff. So this is how clear it is. Okay, not based on Hendrik. 100 years of this. Okay, and that is what the theory and practice behind qigong for healing, for get one to be more healthy. Okay, so in the reality of practice qigong, in the reality of taking qigong, qigong is this blue line. It stay here flat or it going down, okay, at this zone. When you go up here, this is doing exercise. When you go up here, there's martial art. There's for sure it needs. Okay? So this is going down is qigong. This is going up is martial arts. And there are no such thing as playing soft, slow, using the mind, not using the strength, can go for martial art. The Chinese never say that. People watch too much movie on this kind of stuff, or the past 100 years there are many fictions. Okay, the Chinese fiction writing about this superpower and all this kind of thing. The reality is in this page. You want to train fighting, handle impulse momentum, the heart rate is going to go high. It is not those qigong stuff. Okay? So it is clear. Now when one practice qigong, nurture qi, like the N1 process in this book, the N1 process, you can check the heart rate is going like this. It's going down like the blue. Okay? Now, if one practice qigong, you see there's a zone 1, zone 2 is going up and down this way. This is a realistic view. Now, if one practice qigong, you can see at the beginning it is in the zone 1, and then after a while the body cannot take it anymore. It go up, up, up. Okay, that is the plot to see that one only have like this about 10 minutes of Kung Fu. A prolonged practice of that, one cannot handle it anymore. One get out of the qigong state. So one know how much one can handle, what is one's level of qigong, and how much benefit it is all scientifically be able to track today. Okay, now speaking on internal art, like the 1850 Wing Chun, the pathway is going down first, developing the qi. As in the Wing Chun Inception, you read that, that's what it's about. And then it strengthens the body with here, the healing, the strengthening, and or recovery, and then from here, you go up to the full skill of martial arts. That's what it is. And so if you see that this is the first stage, the sing qi, you need to sing qi and then get to nurture qi, and then going up. So if you look at today's martial art and compare with that, an internal art is the art going downward, going up, cover the full range. This is just some kinds of recreations. It doesn't have qigong, and it doesn't have the fighting. This one have hard fighting, but it doesn't have the qigong part. So this is called external. This is called internal. This is called exercise. That's how clear it is. So with that, we do not take exercise as internal art. We do not take external art as internal art. We can measure, we can check, is it a real qigong or not? So Xing Qi to Dan Tian is really critical. As in Wing Chun Matrix, it is present here on this breathing stuff. It is present here on the 2C state. It's because you need the 2C state here. That's the first state. The Xing Qi state. If one do not be able to get to that state and going downward, one is not going to get the benefit of the qigong. That's for sure. So this is what I like to share with you today. Okay, we want to make this clear so that we know what it is, instead of running into the when fake replace real, real is fake. No, we can just go to the Psychology 101 class and debate the heck out of our view, our point of view, our whatever we think, our speculation with the religious study class ideas, and thinking we know it all on the Psychology 101. Well, Psychology 101 is scientific. Religious study 101 is non-scientific, it's up for everybody to believe and so forth. They are different, okay? So that's why this thing, all those needed basic element is in these books. It's in these books. Because without knowing this, we have no idea what it is. We can sit down there, everybody is grandmaster. You're grandmaster, I'm grandmaster, everybody grandmaster. And everything up for interpretation. Yes, you go to the Religious Study 101, you can have everything up for your interpretation. But when you go to Psychology 101, you better watch out. Because everything needs to be proven with science, like this. So if we want to talk about internal martial arts, do things slowly, smoothly, softly, that say nothing about the lung and the heart condition. Do you loading your heart? Do you loading your lung or not? Do you increase the blood circulations? Do you increase the oxygen intake? It says nothing about that. When you say 心气 to 丹田, can you get into the natural deep lower abdomen breathing or not? Well, that can be measured. When you get there, your heart rate remain the same or going downward, decreasing, your respiration rate can going down. That is the indications of 心气 to 丹田. It's not up to say this is Tai Chi, this is Qi, this is Yi Jing, this is Dao. That is, again, religious study 101 stuff. And we are talking about Psychology 101. Okay? So this is to share with you today. So there are many things can be looked into in this area. And hopefully this video give you a really clear view, especially for those who is aging like me after 40 years old, or who is sick, who want to study qigong to help their health. We need to know this. Qigong is not a cult or religion. You just go pray and voila, some days you heal. Qigong is not.